Hi everyone, Warhammer here, and welcome back to the Mousillon campaign for Mortal Empires. Now before I get started with today's episode, just a bit of a heads up. For those of you that don't follow the Pestilence campaign I do on the channel, I've talked about it on there, but basically I've got some friends coming down today by the time you watch this video, and they're going to be staying for a few days. So as you can imagine, I'm going to be spending time with them rather than do time recording. So what it means is that I'm going to record the next episode that'll be coming out on Saturday, straight after this one. So if you leave any comments in this video, especially with advice and stuff like that, I'm not going to be able to act on it until, well, the episode after the next one. So 2 episodes from now. But yeah, once my friends are gone at the end of the week, I should be back to my normal schedule, as per usual. So yeah, that's just all the big announcements. Let's get straight into the campaign today. If you remember, Marienburg actually declared war on us, if I remember right, in the last episode. But we are starting our counterattack against the enemy factions. So, for example, we've managed to do quite a bit of damage over here. Like, if I click on Commander Bernhardt, pretty much his entire army at this point is at half strength. This one here, I believe, if I remember right, this army was one of the survivors from the attack that we at Knight's Pass. So yeah, this army should be pretty easy targets for us. Over here we do have the Morrigan attacking Bordelot, but if I remember right, was I not using an agent? Yeah, we had Adam Beastspitzer here, who was going to be going after her units bit by bit. But first, let's unreveal the Red Duke and see about going after Commander Bernhardt. So he's actually force marching right now, so this should be a fight he cannot run away from. Let's have a look. Oh wow. Surprisingly, perhaps, the game's actually put it at about 50-50. Ooh. They do have a bunch of artillery, which I'm not looking forward to dealing with, to be completely honest. But I think it will be a good idea for us to actually fight this battle ourselves. Yeah, the artillery is nothing to be too happy about, but hopefully Mina might be able to deal with the rocket batteries, as well as like the Dreadwings and that. Otherwise, the rest of our forces should be capable of dealing with them. We'll see how it goes. Let's give our standard of discipline. I'm going to give this to these guys. While they haven't exactly run away yet, they always seem to get injured in my fights, so having that might actually be kind of useful. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Well then guys, here we are as the Red Duke prepares to face Commander Bernhardt, formerly the commander of the Grudgebringers. Now if I swing around behind and slow things down just a little bit, you can see my army is basically walking at this point because I didn't want them to lose their vigor. And what was really good is as I've sent Mina and the Red Duke in to basically start attacking the enemy's army early on, for some reason the enemy decided to bunch up very nicely over in this part of the map, meaning that as soon as we got into range, I cast the Purple Sun of Xerius with Mina in order just to do a ton of damage. Now, we didn't get as much as I would have liked, but you can see the kill count going up extremely quickly there. 53 kills with one spell. Quite useful. Now, you also saw the Pestilent Breath by the Red Duke before I charged him in with the, well, Hailstorm Rocket Battery team being my main target. The Dreadwings are flying over as well to go after some of the enemy's mortars over here. And Mina, because she was getting shot at, I charged her into a unit of enemy infantry down here. Although she's now getting quickly surrounded by Commander Bernhardt. Now, hang on a second. Where is Commander Bernhardt? I remember there's something unique about his model, and he's very unique in terms of how the mechanics were done, because he is a legendary lord, but is actually more of a legendary unit, just like he was in the previous games, Shadow of the Horned Rat and Dark Omen. But I'm trying to spot his... hang on, I should be able to spot his sword, the Grudgebringer. Oh, there he is. All the way back here. That coward. He's back here with his men, while he's letting the others just go after Mina. The coward. He did much, much better when I was playing him in my previous campaign, I tell you. But anyway, Mina is dealing with the Grudgebringer cavalry as much as possible, even though the Dracord Runefang is being used at the moment. Interesting. Over here, though, the Red Duke is just going strong. He's got the Blade of Leaping Gold right now with the ability you can see here. And he's just really going to town. The Demigryph Knights were not able to stand against him. Now, this ability I'm about to cast is the Assault of Stone. I figured I can try and get a few extra kills from it. But unfortunately, the Demigryphs marched out before I could get them. But we managed to get a couple in, I guess, so it's not too bad. Now, to try and help out, I've brought in all of our fast-acting units, so you can see the Duke's Companions over here, and their Dreadwings. I'm just going after the enemy's missile teams and stuff like that here. We've got Louis the Righteous just charging into the rear of the Grudgebringer cavalry, as well as going after this unit of handgunners here. Sorry, Free Company Militia. We also got the Bloodsworn going after some Cavenberg Greatswords, as well as some Spearmen. The infantry are starting to make their way in as well. And over here, we've got the Ladies Lost, as well as the Screamer ones, just chasing down enemy units wherever we can find them. We've got the Dreadwings as well, just chasing after these units, skirmishing away from the front line. But if we swing around back here a second, you can see the Red Duke is about to charge in to help out Mina. I was actually trying to get her out of the combat because she has taken quite a bit of damage at this point. But unfortunately, with the massive enemy cavalry around her, she was kind of stuck in position, so couldn't do much about it. The Red Duke, though, you can just see a gory of blood thanks to the zombie dragon going away. Very, very cool. And at this point, you can tell victory is mine. The Grudgebringers are still going to hang on a little bit longer, despite Louis the Righteous and the Red Duke getting involved. Over on the left, we've still got some remnants of troops being chased down. We got the Bastardiers, for example, going after the Hammer of the Witches team. We've got others just coming in. I think these guys actually managed to get a shot off and get 3 of my troops. But it's not going to be enough. The Companions charge in, chasing them down. We've got others trying to run away. The War Wagons are firing, trying to get a few hits in. They got 5 kills. That's impressive. But it is at this point where we've shattered the enemy army. Now, given these guys were in full march when we attacked them, it meant we didn't have to chase them down, and so I just ended the battle here with a decisive victory. Very few casualties taken on our side, a lot taken by theirs, and like I said, because of their stance, we're going to wipe them out completely. So, let's go back to the campaign map and decide the fate of our prisoners. So there we have it, a decisive victory, and I'm quite happy with that. Only 55 losses on our side, and in return we wiped out nearly 2/3 of the enemy's army, including some powerful units at the Cavenberg Greatswords that I didn't notice until I actually got into the battle that they had them. Now, we left Commander Bernhard alive. Unfortunately, he was able to make it off the map before I was able to trace him down, but it's okay, it's one of those things. Now, let's have a look. I think I'll go for the extra replenishment this time out. And because he was in full march, we're able to wipe out the army completely, so that worked out nicely. He's picked up Unstoppable Attacker, giving us a bunch of bonuses. I'm quite happy with that, especially the +1 recruitment rank for Lords. That'd be useful. Picked up a Warpstone Hunter. Okay. Warpstone is dark magic incarnate. Undead lords, especially liches, will employ ghoulish hunters to find such precious ore. Income from all buildings in the local region. Okay, I've got a plan for that. In fact, let's just do that now. Head over here to Drakenhof. Wherever you remember, we've got our Necromancer here. Anard Soulweaver. Now, he's already given us a nice bonus thanks to Lawkeeper, as well as the boost income. But if we can give you that ability as well, Warpstone Hunter, fantastic. Every little bit's going to help, isn't it? In fact, I'm going to swap that out from the Red Duke. I don't think he needs a Black Cat with him, you know? So there we go. That should help things out a little, although the income is still a problem. We'll need to take a few more settlements as soon as we can, I think. Now, let's have a look. Vlad. What I'm tempted to do with Vlad is actually go after Fort Obenstein, and we'll bring in William to act as reinforcements. Unfortunately, we may have to force march that, but that's okay. Let's do this. What do they actually have outside? Stigvan von Volkvan. Okay, has a bunch of great swords. Those will be irritating. The Hellstone Rocket Battery. Okay. What I'm going to do is force march you to come in as close as you can to try and support. Like so. And then we're going to grab Vlad and go after that army on the outside of the settlement. Let's see what happens when we do this. Okay, Bounce Bar is against us. If we click that, it kind of stays the same, believe it or not. Admittedly, we've got more basic troops, but I still would have bet on my army against theirs. You know what? Let's be cautious. We'll do this instead. Alright, William can pull back. We'll bring you here as well. See if we can actually set up an ambush with him, maybe. There we go, that might be useful. Alright, we'll let them take some attrition in the meantime. You... Let's actually go ahead and get you to block the army. Or even better, assassinate their captain. Once we'll reduce the enemy numbers a little bit, eh? There we go. Let's give us another blood kiss. Right, Red Duke. Let's actually move you into my territory a moment. With our casualty replenishment, he's going to be back up to fighting strength before we know it. And then he can go after either the other Imperial army here, finish off the Barra Legion here, or even go after Montfort. I feel tempted to go after Montfort, given what we're going to have to deal with. So I'll let you do that. What else have we got? Eustache. Have we got enough? You're still exhausted, aren't you? Yeah, never mind. Okay, Malabad. If we can get Nicolette to join as well, what I'm actually tempted to do is go after Gisero with these guys, push through the forts, and then attack Marienburg. So we'll need both of them to come up together. So let's get you here. Let's get you... Actually, can we set you up in an ambush, maybe? I don't know what our chances will be, but you never know. We'll put you here, and maybe put her in position here, just to see if they might be tempted to go after her as a weaker army. Alright, Aiden, I'm trying to get you to actually reduce the enemy's army a bit, so let's go after this unit. Success. That might be enough, actually, for us to attack him now. Oh yeah, definitely. Goodbye. Alright, we'll take the Dark Magic this time, just to boost up our numbers a bit. Income from Vampire Crypts. Ooh. So what, let's go back over here a minute. Let's give you that character as well if we can. Treasurer, here we are. We do have Vampire Crypts in our here in Drakenhalf after all.
Do you know who I am?
Right. Is there anyone else we need to move around? I know it's going to hit into our income a little bit by not attacking straight away or to leave it until then, but I'd rather take the opportunity to get us to just march in with overwhelming numbers, you know? So let's have a quick look. Is there anything building we can just cancel, just so we can make sure we don't go into the negative? Right. That needs to be upgraded. Damn it. Okay, no matter. We'll manage. In fact, let me just check the situation here a minute. Is there anybody we can try and get trade with? What about you? No. That's the thing, our reliability is still very low, thanks to the actions of Weichland. Oh no, not Weichland, sorry, the Power Legion. Alright, we'll just leave you then. Settlement upgrade, we'll leave Schwarzhaven for the moment. Low funds and mourning aware, don't worry. Eustache, and assign skill points. Vendrick, since we now put you in Vlad's army, I'm going to start focusing a bit on your more combat abilities now. We'll leave that. On second thoughts, I mean, we're going to go into the negative anyway, so let's just hit that. Okay, here they come. Haha! Failed to spot my ambush. Now, I'm going to auto-resolve this, but I couldn't help but notice they managed to get their hands on a steam tank, so well done, Knud. But, goodbye. There we go. With our auto-resolve as well... Oh, actually... Will this this might just about give me enough to avoid having to deal with any negatives from going into debt. So that might be useful. Okay, so let's now go after Gisero with Malabad as well as Nicolette. I think Malabad can lead the attack. I kind of want him to level up a bit. So we'll have you start the initial assault. We'll bring her in as reinforcements, just to help the numbers a bit. So give him a minute. Let's grab Nicolette. And we'll move you here. How big is the fort right now? Do we know? Okay, they do have a few substantial units in there, right. I was a little tempted with her movement range to actually go and attack it afterwards. But no, I'd rather rely on the siege weapons we've got with his army. So, there we go, that's a nice easy one. Took a few casualties across the board, but nothing really to worry about. Yeah, just go ahead and occupy it. That's helped out a bit, doesn't it? Right, that's secured the province. We'll skip through all of this. Okay. Nicolette. Yeah, let's just move you on the other side for the minute. While we've taken a few casualties from the disgruntled here, I think we'll be okay if it comes to a secondary attack. Might even be worth letting her lead the assault this time. Yeah, we might just do that. For the moment though, let's continue moving. Okay, Eustache. Is there any heroes? There is one right here. You are no longer exhausted. So go and assassinate him. Give me another blood kiss. Perfect. Red Duke. Right. We could chase down this Empire army, but I really can't be bothered. We've dealt with the Morrigan. So let's go now and attack Montfort. That should give... Yeah, once we've taken that, then we can head straight to Knight's Pass and take that back. Alright, go ahead, occupy. There we go. Alright, picked up another black cat, 2 of them in fact. Okay. So that's now you sorted out. So now you've moved, Eustache has moved, Malabad's moved. Aiden... I don't know, do I want to spend the time just to try and wound someone? Yeah, go after their agent. Success, another blood kiss. And he's now a lawkeeper. Causes terror, that's a really useful one. Huh. Right, that's you then. Amand, you're just wandering around here. William. Now luckily for us, I don't know where that other army's gone, but it looks like Fort Obenstein now is very vulnerable. While I do have the stack there, they are going to be tired, and we have 2 full armies going after them. I think we're going to get William to actually lead the assault, just because he needs the experience more than Vlad does. So let's get you to go and attack the settlement first. Okay. We'll bring in then Vlad as reinforcements.
For Bretonnia.
Oh wow, really? Even with all of this at our disposal, the game's telling me that the balance bar is not in my favour? Oh my god. Well, there's only one thing for it really. We're going to fight this battle too. Now, it's going to be a little harder, I would say, compared to fighting it with the Red Duke, but I think we'll be okay. They are quite experienced, and Marius is leading the army, but we've got Vlad, and I bet on him against Marius any time of the day. Okay, let's fight the battle. Well then guys, here we are at the battle for Fort Obenstein. Now, we've got our first army with William over here, and Vlad is very quickly bringing in reinforcements over this side. But I did realise then that if we stuck around waiting for the 2 armies to join together, we are probably going to get shot at by the Hellstorm rocket batteries. So I decided to move William's army in as soon as we can to go and try and engage them, and the reinforcements, I was going to try and actually deploy them over on this side to outflank the enemy. But given how slow they actually were, it took a very long time before they were actually able to get involved in the battle itself. Now, given the enemy has decided for whatever reason to clump together like this, I thought it would be a great opportunity for me to do an upgraded pendulum spell, going right across the enemy units. But I forgot how inexperienced my army is at the moment, and so, what was it, not Nicolette, Margaret, has not, unfortunately, got a steed of any sort. We haven't given her a hell steed yet. So she's forced to just basically come in on foot. In fact, here comes the first blast from the Hellstorm. Luckily missing a lot of my troops, because it was at this point when they just fired. I got them running. So you can see over here we've got Bernhard Richterlos, our White King, as well as William charging in. They're going to get the first few kills in, which is great by me. We've also got our Vargulf coming in, Vargeist coming in over here, and the Grey Men about to come in on this flank. We've got plenty of other troops getting in position, although I forgot. When I set things up for Vlad's army, I ended up setting them up all the way over here, which wasn't going to be much use, considering our battle started over here. But we're trying our best. I actually got William to march in position here instead of attack one of the enemies, so he's rather bravely just sort of standing around in front of the enemy's army before he charges into this unit of halberdiers. Now Richterlos comes in as well to help out using his heroic killing ability, and I brought the Vargeist in to try and go after the weapons team for the Hellstorm rocket batteries. We're able to get them into contact, but you can see they're not in a good position, surrounded as they are by a lot of enemy units, including enemy greatswords. Now while that's happening, I've got some of my cavalry coming in on the left flank just to try and go after the mortar teams and stuff like that. Surprisingly, these mortars are winning decisively against my cavalry. Not too sure what happened there. These guys, I originally tried to actually charge in and later on, so I moved them into a better position, and then I forgot all about them for about a minute. So they're just going to be standing around there looking pretty. At this point, you can see the rest of William's army starting to make contact. The Vargeists have actually, the Direwolves have actually charged in from Vlad's army. Originally got them trying to go after vulnerable targets like the Huntsman and that, but they still took quite a few casualties, surprisingly. These guys did much better though, charging through quite nicely and getting kills in where needed. At this point, we're slowly seeing the Vlad's reinforcements coming in. Vlad, though, has actually charged in right away to the rear of the, to the rear of my unit to try and help out. How does Vlad look, actually? Because don't forget, I give him a mod to make him look more better. Yeah, can you see him here? I like that. He looks much better now, much more like he's described, rather than like the half-rotted corpse he looks like in Warhammer 2. That's a really good mod. I'm happy with that. Now we do have Aldrich over here. Unfortunately, I didn't actually have any use for him, so I could have cast Gaze and a Gash and stuff like that, but it just didn't occur to me. So that didn't work out too well. But if we let things continue, you can see at this point now, I've started bringing in our second lot of cavalry. Forgot about them, like I said, but they soon join in. The Grave Guardsmen catch up as well. Going into the rear of the Greatswords, going to be inflicting a few casualties and lowering their morale, of course, for a rear charge. Otherwise, at this point, everything is going pretty smoothly. It's just a case that because I wasn't able to join the armies together to attack, we've got Vlad's army coming in as a very slow second wave. The Khan waves are though get in a little faster, although they've gone for a rather unorthodox formation. But anyway, I've got these guys chasing down the handgunners over here. There's still a couple of them hanging on in the distance. These other units are coming in to try and help clear up the center. But at this point, I'm just waiting for the enemy's morale to shatter. We've still got them hanging on strong here in the center, but while I've got a couple of units, these damned Knights of the Realm took a lot of casualties in that fight. There you go, with Margaret casting an upgraded pendulum going straight across the line. Took a couple casualties, I think, with the Black Knights unit here, but it was enough to do a decisive number to these guys, and it's going to be very quickly, so you're going to see them retreat. I sent the Black Knights in the meantime, chasing after the crossbowmen with the Direwolves to help. We got some more Crypt Ghouls just trying to chase these guys back, and you can tell from the flash and banners that we are just about to win this. Enemy numbers are dwindling fanatically, and before you know it, we have won the battle. Now I could chase the enemy down, but since we are attacking a settlement, it's an automatic win and the army's going to be defeated once we go back to the campaign map. So once I actually remembered, oh, that was the case, we finished things here. So, let's go back to the campaign map and consolidate our position over Fort Obenstein. So there we go, another decisive victory, and while I was a little surprised about the casualties, just looking at them in terms of like this unit here, for example, of our downed Knights of the Realm, being reduced down to 15 men left. Is it men if they're undead? Spirits? We'll call them what they are. Right? There's only 15 models left in the unit, but you can see though that Vlad managed to get away practically scot-free, with the exception of the Vargeist and that, simply because the army took so long to get into combat that most of the fighting was done by William's army. But we have now secured Fort Obenstein, so I'm quite happy with that. And with our replenishment, William should be back up to full strength pretty quickly. Also picked up an enchanted shield, cool. Confident attacker. He now has Frenzy for defeating Marius Leitdorf. Perhaps Marius should have listened to his warhorse this time. Right, let's jump through all of that. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, he'll be up to full strength by the end of the next turn as well. We'll let him have a little break. What I will do with Vlad is, seeing that we've got armies from Viseland making their way down to Schwarzhaven, let's see. While admittedly we will be able to get to Schwarzhaven, we should be able to get within reinforcement range of the garrison there, and if the settlement gets attacked as well, Vlad should be able to intervene. Not only that, but his army is more than capable of taking on these smaller Viseland armies that I can't bloody click on. There we go. Yeah, they do have great swords, but I still feel comfortable about our chances of winning this. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But that's William now done. That's Vendrick moved. So let's have a look. I think that should be everybody done now. Right. We got 5,000 income. Sorry, for 5,000 in the bank, we're losing -5 a turn. So it might be a good opportunity to have a look into upgrading some settlements again. Alright, Red Duke. What do I want? Going for one out in field is always useful, plus it gives me that upkeep reduction for the army, so could go for that. Otherwise, we could just continue focusing on maybe his battle effects, improving his own units, you know? Yeah, it is tempting, but no. Well, no. We'll go for Infamous Raider, get the other percentage, and then get that in the following turn. Mina, we'll give you Immortal Will this time, so she should start regenerating in battle. Bulgars, we'll give you the Butcher of Beyond Khan. So this is going to debuff enemy units quite a bit. Well, enemy unit. -24 melee defense and reduced leadership. That will come in handy. Alright, Lorraine. Let's see. Finished off the Dwellers Below. Can we give you... We already give you that. Okay. Let's give you... Could give you Dark Benediction just to improve leadership nearby. Nah, we'll give you Flesh of Stone. Increase the armor should we need to. Malabad will pick up Fanatic Peasantry. Now, as you can see, the useful thing about this is that not only does it give him the Unbreakable, well, trait, but it also gives it to all the peasant units in the army, and it gives them as well 11% damage resistance. So that's 11% against all damage, whether it's magical, you know, anything like that. So that's really good. We can also give you your Chalice of Malfear. Okay, so this gives him regeneration, as well as 22% damage resistance. Grab that, definitely. Alright. So that's you, Nicolette. I'm still waiting to give her probably the Current Throne. So we'll probably just continue focusing on her magic for the moment. We'll pick up Undying Horde, just because that is useful. Although no, let's give her Gaze on the Gash. That way then she actually has an ability to attack from range and do damage. Bernhardt Victorlos, White King. Let's continue giving you Deadly Blade. Alright, William. Still only level 6, but he is slowly getting there. I think for the moment, we'll go ahead and give you Devastating Charge. Armor is pretty good right now, so we'll let you upgrade that completely. Margaret, let's give you the Enfeebling Foe. Aldrich, we could give you a corpse card now, but I'd rather wait until we get the lodestone so we can get the continuous ability to regenerate troops near him. So for the moment, let's just give you a Gaze of Nagash still. Eustache. Quest really starting to run out of stuff for you at this point. Or Cassian, we could give you Full Master but allows us to summon a Viking. Okay, extra melee attack could be useful. Transfixion Glaze. Let's give you a Full Master. The ability to summon in a Viking will be quite useful, I'm sure. Aiden is continuing to do just extremely well, so I'm just going to continue working down his abilities. So let's give you Van Hel's Dance Macabre next. Luan Beset. Right, this is the damsel we've given to Nicolette. We'll go ahead and give her Wind Blast. We'll finish off Harmonic Convergence. Not that concerned about the flying units, but let's give... In fact, that would be better. I'm going to go and give you a full level of Curse of the Midnight Wind. Reducing enemy abilities by that much is quite cool. We'll go ahead and give you Wind Blast as well. Now for Natalie Lassarsen. Who are you again? Wait, oh yeah, you're with Vlad. Right. So, let's give you... Let's finish off Spirit Leech. And I'll give you Life Leech as well. All these characters. Matthias Le Jungler, let's give you Devastating Charge, I think? No, I'd rather wait to give you the Hellsteed rather than the Barded Skeletal one. Yeah, let's just give you Devastating Charge for the moment. Okay, Fleur, let's give you Precise, I think, at this point. Okay, Vendrick. We could actually move you up towards Neelin, but I would like instead to actually go after Solland. So we can take Avenheim, Gwenstadt, and that might actually eliminate them completely. Let's have a quick look.
Interesting.
Oh, they got 4 regions.
So,
Right, they've conquered it all the way down towards here as well. Or have they? No, Avenheim. Unless, oh, they got Fildorf from that, right. But, as you can see, Balthasar Guild is very weak right now. It could give us an opportunity there. So I would rather do that. Maybe using Vlad once we've dealt with the armies around here. So yeah, let's start scouting things out a bit. We'll go ahead actually. Search the ruins at the Moots, as we're making our way down there anyway. At least this way we can get something out of it, hopefully. There we go, perfect. So we just need to look for this one. Right. So that will be there. That'll be that one, that was that one, so we click that one. Picked up the Night Shroud. Okay, that's not too bad. Alright, commandments available. Let's go... Vampire... Let's go, yeah. Foster Terror here. Did I not just give you an order? There we go, that's better. 3,000. Let's increase tax rates here. Okay, Baston. We're going to go ahead and just improve growth some more here. Let's upgrade Bordelot, I guess. And we can also upgrade... Given that we just occupied it, I think we're going to go and get Fort Oppenstein. Just because of the fact, you know, we could potentially get attacked at this one. And then Montfort I'll upgrade as well. That should be just fine. Still got Vendred Helsnicht to give. Christ, what can I give you? I'll give you Assassinate. Okay, let's just skip through all of this. Oh, that's going to be useful. You can even already see a small bonus, and that it's giving me about 500 income a turn from the upkeep reduction. Alright, skip for all of those. And we'll end it here for this episode. So what I'll do next time is, I think we'll take the initiative now over here in Sylvania to actually push down into Solland territory. We can take Gwenstadt pretty easily, we can move to Avenheim and continue pushing along here. As long as we don't overextend too much, we could potentially push all the way to Nuln as well. But we'll see what happens. Bearing in mind we do have enemies up here to the north. As for back in Bretonnia, We're in a position now to be able to push with the Red Duke back through Knight's Pass, re-secure it, and even march into the Empire itself. Likewise up here, thanks to Malabad and Nicolette, we'll be able to take Fort Bergbreeze, and I'm going to send both of them after Marienburg. Once we've taken that then, I'll probably send either Nicolette back in order to do, to start clearing up some of the armies in Bretonnia, or grab Malabad and march him down south so we can start going after Carcassonne, maybe. Haven't quite decided yet. I'll have to think about it and see what happens in the next episode. But for now, guys, thank you for watching today's one. I hope you enjoyed, and you do join me next time, of course, for some more Warhammer. But until then, everybody, take care, stay safe, and goodbye for now.